Hello, Natchez and Mississippi and the region. I'm Dan Gibson, Mayor of Natchez, coming to you with a special program on opportunities for entrepreneurs. And my guest today is a wonderful young man, Jeremy Martin, who is with Renaissance Community Loan Fund. Jeremy, how are you today?
Very well, Mayor. How are you today?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm always doing well when we're talking opportunities for entrepreneurs because we know that the backbone of America happens to be our small business owners.
There's no question about that. And especially in a state like Mississippi, right, where so many of our communities are smaller, and we certainly depend on those smaller entrepreneurs, mom and pop businesses. So after a 6-year stint as an educator and a 12-year stint at the Mississippi Secretary of State's office, the folks at Renaissance Community Loan Fund offered me a unique opportunity, and that's to blend those two things together and help go out and not just identify those who needed help around the state in starting a business or expanding a business, but also coming up with a way that we could coach those businesses, guide them throughout the process. Renaissance had started this process some years earlier. So Renaissance was created right after Hurricane Katrina, initially to help rebuild homes on the coast, to bring displaced residents back to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. In 2011, Renaissance became a community development financial institution, which means that we're a nonprofit entity that gets the opportunity through the Department of Treasury to participate in some of the things that banks get to participate in without being a depository. So we're not a depository at all. And so in 2014 through the present, we began to really branch out from our mortgage background, which we still do mortgages, we still do credit counseling for free for Mississippians on the mortgage side, but to branch out from that and to also offer those same type of services to small business owners throughout the state. And so over the last several years, we've grown from literally being known on the 3 coastal counties to now working the entire state of Mississippi, which brought me to Natchez a month ago to meet with you and to other stakeholders there in your town about what we can provide. So long story short, I know you've got more questions for me about this, but we have resources available and we have one-on-one coaching available for anybody in Mississippi who wants to grow a small business. So that might look like a person with a dream and a concept, an idea, but no idea on how to get the concept to a reality. We help from business planning. We help from cash flow projecting. We help them form the business. And then hopefully, after we've done all that successfully, we can also help lend money, the startup capital it takes to get that business started.
Now, that is the bottom line right there, helping that business get started. And that's why we are actually providing this. Jeremy, thank you for being available to us today with this great information, because we have a lot of entrepreneurs here in Natchez. I think you noticed you attended the State of the City event that we had while you were here, and you noticed that we've had over 180 new businesses develop here just over the past year and a half, 2 years. We have a lot of people who are getting out there and making a go of it. We also, Natchez is now home to the second largest small business incubator in the state of Mississippi, behind only Tupelo. That facility, all run by a local pastor named Robbie Kate Furge and her husband, is already full, 28,000 square feet full.
Wow.
And I really am hoping you can partner with them. You see, these are the entrepreneurs that need your help. Now, you've already helped one entrepreneur open a new business here in Natchez. We cut the ribbon just a couple months ago. Tell us how that came to be.
So Kudzu Cotton Boutique LLC is there in Natchez. They reached out to us for some assistance on the front end and for capital, obviously, to get the business started. So our folks worked with her and helped her prepare for launching that business, provided the capital for it, and it's been very successful thus far. It's an individual with a dream of filling a need, filling a gap in your community in this case, and for us all over the state of Mississippi. and providing that guidance and that financial assistance they need to get started.
Jeremy, it sounds like you can really help a small business person. Give me an example of some of the small businesses that you've been able to service.
That's an outstanding question. We've helped with businesses, manufacturers, boutiques, restaurants. We've even helped with a tourist attraction. We helped fund a riverboat that does daily tours of the Mississippi Sound down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So literally, if you've got a business idea, we'd love to hear it, and we'd love to partner with you.
How does someone get started? Say they've got a great idea, but they don't know what to do next with this idea. What advice would you give them?
Two things fund businesses, right? Two things fuel them and keep them going. The first one's passion. We see a lot of people with passion. We love that. And that's half of the ingredients it takes to make a business work. So you may be passionate about doing a job you've done for 20 years. You may be passionate about a dream you've had since a child of going out and starting a business. Either way, if you're passionate about it, that's half of it. The other half of it, those profits. And if you don't have the profits, you don't have a business. And so we spend a great deal of time with our clients working on a business plan, not a 30 to 50 page document, a business plan, something that a person can actually take and work and mold into something that will then be profitable. So we spend a lot of time talking about numbers, cash flow projections, lowering those risks. If you're thinking about selling 30 things, let's identify the 5 things that are going to make you the most profit. And let's concentrate on those 5 things. So really, we start out with the business planning side, the piece, and the cash flow projecting piece. And once we put those 2 things together, all of a sudden that dream begins to take shape. And it becomes a project that is very doable. And that's our goal, is to make something, give you a plan to go out and put that passion, connect it with profits, so that you can go out and make your dreams come true and hopefully elevate many other families in your community as a whole along the journey.
So you got an idea, you got the passion, you help develop the plan, but obviously to start a business, you need money. How can you help them with money? That's probably the bottom line and what people really want to know.
I love it. Yeah, and you're exactly right. So many times we will do the deal. I mean, that's who we are. We're a gap lender. We do the deals that no one else is willing to take the chance on. And by doing a good job of planning and projecting and forming that business, we're lessening the risk, not only to that business owner, but to us as a lending institution. And so at the end of the day, we come alongside them and we put all of our tools and all of our funding together in the best way possible to be able not only to fund that business, but to fund it in such a way that it puts that business owner in the best cash flow position possible, long term, but especially the first year, 2, 3 years of that business, which are so critical to the success and long-term health of that business.
Jeremy, are you able to do things that local banks cannot do?
We are. Yeah, it's simply because we're not a depository, we're not regulated by the same federal entities that the banks are. We're a nonprofit, so we're not answering to shareholders about how much money we're making every year. We are held accountable to those who grant us or loan us money, of who we lend that money to, and how we are able to show results from that money. And we've done very, very well.
How do people get in touch with you, Jeremy, and get the ball rolling?
You can email me at jmartin@rclfms.com. So it's Renaissance Community Loan Fund, Mississippi, rclfms.com. You can go to our website at rclfms.com. There we have an online application if you want to apply for financing. You can also go there and take advantage of free resources. We have a resource page for small business owners.
Jeremy, this has been great. So tell me, just in a few words, what is the most important thing you can do for a budding entrepreneur?
If you have a dream of starting a business, don't give up on that dream. Call Renaissance. We're here to help.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor.